Welcome to more Fanime. What's up, everybody? Today, I'm gonna be reviewing chapter 1093 of the One Piece manga. Oh yeah! That just dropped today, translated by some fans early. So if you have not read the chapter yet, or you're gonna wait for the Shonen Jump official release on Sunday, please change the channel and wait your head off, or come on back, because I want to have a little bit of a discussion about this chapter, because it is officially my favorite chapter in the Egghead Island arc, and also pretty much guarantees the Egghead Island arc, unless they drop the frickin' ball by the end of it, is my favorite arc in the entire series post time skip. Yeah, big deal. Post time skip. This has been so good. I think the development for the admirals has been a big deal for me. Seeing Akainu and Kizaru and Kuzan all kicking ace, taking names, loving it. I love that Kizaru, my favorite admiral, my favorite marine in the entire series, is finally getting his just desserts. He's getting his time to shine. No pun intended. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to more Fanime for more reviews and discussions about the One Piece. Let's get right into it. The cover thingy, the request cover thingy, that I'm kind of getting tired of. I'm ready for a cover story. Oda, I am. I'm ready for another one. Let's see what Doflamingo's up to or something. But this one's pretty cute. It's our boy Kobe and Helmeppo, two superstars after the live-action One Piece recently dropped. These two got their glasses taken away by some monkey-like creatures. Awesome, great, grand, wonderful. We could even say this might have happened to them at one point on one of their adventures. Personally, I would read a side manga about the Marines, and if the main characters were Kobe and Helmeppo doing their adventures up until the point that we recently saw them kicking ass at Hachinosu at the Pirate Island. Oh yeah, I want a little side manga for that, because I need some more One Piece content. Can I get a hell yeah for that one? Comment down below, let me know. But this chapter kicks off right where we left off in chapter 1092 with giant Gear 5 Luffy not effing around. I love that he can just go giant anytime he wants when he's in Gear 5 now. He's got Kizaru in his grip, and Kizaru's like, oh man, I'm in a bit of a pickle here. What am I gonna do? I'm not even sure if he's fucking around or it's just Kizaru being Kizaru. But he's not really taking it too seriously just yet. Luffy starts spinning him around. He's like, okay, you little bastard. And he throws Kizaru as far as possible away. I think he even says something to the effect that this kind of hurts. You're hot like a fire. And he throws him away. He's like, hey, man, like, whoa, please stop doing this, man. You know, Kizaru's just being Kizaru, and I love it. It never changes. Meanwhile, the rest of the crew, Usopp, Nami, Jinbei, Atlas, Vegapunk, they're coming up with a plan. Oh yeah, they're thinking, we need to figure this out while Luffy's keeping Kizaru distracted. We don't have a lot of time. Bonnie is downstairs, alive, thank goodness, fighting the Marines by herself. She needs some backup. But Atlas has the big brain Vegapunk plan to go change the commands to the Pacifistas Model 3, I think, Mark 3, whatever. She's like, I'm going to go down there, I'm going to get the command thingy, and I'm going to be like, hey, Pacifistas, fuck off, attack the Marines, not us. So we're flipping around again. This whole arc, this entire arc, has been this back and forth control of Pacifistas and Seraphim, like, over and over and over. That thing is getting a little overdone. It's like, just figure it out. But it makes sense. It makes sense. There is a command structure, and the Vegapunks are at the tippity top. Even though I feel like if I was the world government, I would want our commands to be at the tippity top. Like, admirals and above should be above Vegapunk. If you're building these robots and shit for us, we should have top diggity dog command. F off, you doctor guy that might betray us one day, which he did. And he's been secretly working for the Revolutionary Army the whole time, so you guys made a big mistake trusting this old man. He's just too smart for y'all. But, you know, Vegapunk could still put a contingency plan within the cyborgs and whatnot. Either way, they're like, we're going to go down there. Even Sanji joins up. He's like, I'm going. If we're going to save Bonnie, I'm going with you. Because they're going down, where Bonnie's at fighting the Marines. So, Sanji's like, Bonnie-chan, I'm coming to help you. And Jinbei shows up and he's like, I've been doing work. Jinbei's been busting his hump, moving all of Vegapunk's bags and contraptions that he just can't live without to the ship, or to the exit, I think, where they're going to leave, which is kind of, around. They're like, we'll meet back at the exit. Jinbei starts going that way. Sanji starts going with the Vegapunks. Even regular Vegapunk, the Stella is like, I'm going too. I won't let little girl Bonnie fucking get beat up. I'm helping her. There was something interesting, though. Vegapunk kept referring to Bonnie as a little girl, as someone who's not an adult and needs help, needs someone to fight for her. Even when he's talking to Frankie on the snail phone, he's like, how could you, a big man like yourself, let Bonnie get attacked or hurt? Vegapunk is really laying on thick that maybe Bonnie is not as old as she's letting us think she is. It is kind of confusing. Because I'm not sure how long Vegapunk has known Kuma. I don't know how long ago Bonnie visited Egghead Island, as she mentioned. Like, how many years has it been? Is she really just a 10-year-old girl or younger? Is she some kind of being that takes years and years to age? Because maybe it did happen 20 years ago, but she's just a slow ager. She's just a little girl. I've heard theories that maybe she is the thing that came out of the egg on Roger's ship. Have you heard that theory? Because that sounds crazy, but very possible, which would be nuts. Comment down below if you've heard that theory. So, Vegapunk, Atlas, and Sanji head on down. They pick up our boy Frankie on the way, and they're heading down. I think that Frankie and Sanji are going to back up Bonnie and fight the Marine admirals, or vice admirals, and help defend. I think they're going to be part of the defense crew, which I'm very excited. I don't think I saw Robin in this chapter, which throws me off. Robin and Chopper, where'd they go? They know Robin's hurt. And same with Kaku. Kaku's hurt as well. Maybe Robin and Chopper were, since, Chopper's the Doc, so he's taking care of Robin, but maybe they were put in charge of just taking Kaku and getting away. I'm not 100% sure what they're doing. Maybe they're going to go collect the Seraphim as well. Then they're all in bubbles, so maybe they can just throw a rope around them and just, come on, Chopper, transform into monster mode and just carry them all like this. He's like, I got them all. I got the Seraphim, I got Kaku, you're coming with us, you're our fucking captives. I really do hope Kaku gets a happy ending. He's not involved in the fights here. He's hurt. He took on 2 Seraphim, as mentioned, and he deserves a chance. He deserves a chance to leave the government that doesn't treat him right. He's a good man with a long nose, square nose, go back to Water 7, get his job back, go back to what he loves. Something simple, a simple life. He's a simple man with a simple plan. Oh yeah. But I really hope Robin's doing something cool. I know she's a little hurt, so she's out of the fight, but that's fine. That's going to give Frankie and Frankie and Sanji are going to fight back. They're going to fight together, which is great, because I want Frankie to have a moment without the Shogun. Because we find out that Lilith is operating the Shogun, the Frankie Shogun thing, the Iron Pirate, and she's going to use that to carry the ship now. We didn't get to see what's going on with the Iron Giant robot thing, though. It's still not sure. It's probably awake doing something scary. Maybe it's going to save the day. We also don't know what's going on with what's his freaking face? Bonnie's daddy, Kuma, who might be on his way to self-destruct and do the Majin Vegeta sacrifice and get the moment for the crew to escape and maybe take fucking Kizaru with him. I'd be fine. Even though Kizaru's my favorite Marine, I'd be fine if this is the end for him. I'd rather him end here than become something week later, kind of like our guy Rob Lucci. One of my favorite villains from the pre-time skip, Rob Lucci, has been brought down a notch. Even though he's awakened his devil fruit, he is not near the ability of Gear 5 Luffy, and he's accepted it. He's accepted that Gear 5 Luffy is beyond him. In this chapter, he's fighting Zoro in a great... I'm excited for this, by the way. I'm sad that Rob Lucci got brought down a notch, but we never thought that he was going to be Emperor level anyway. So it's fine. I do think Kizaru is Emperor level, or at least right below it. And I think he can handle himself with strategy and whatnot against Gear 5 Luffy, and I'm loving that. But yeah, Kizaru is doing his best, but Lucci is having some trouble in his awakened form against Zoro, a guy who's a beast, a badass, a guy who was able to tank attacks from Kaido and Big Mom. It's a challenge, to say the least. And I think that Zoro beating a villain that Luffy beat 2 years ago, story time, I think that will be a big win for him, a notch on his belt. Do I think that Lucci's going to die? I don't think so. Maybe he'll have another fight down the line against Sanji, slowly work his way down the list of One Piece main protagonists. But really, right now, I hope that Oda really gives the time to Zoro and Lucci. Like, this chapter was really more focused on Kizaru and Luffy fighting. Let's get Lucci and Zoro an entire chapter to show us what they got. I hope he pulls out some crazy spin and blade move and he comes in with an onigiri times 7 and it just takes him out. And shows us how badass we know Zoro is. Or Lucci gets the win. He gets to go up a notch. I'm also fine with that. There's a lot of things that can go good here. I love that Lucci's getting some time in action again. I'm not sure what his life goals are other than just being a government dog. I still don't know how his story, his cover story, connects to being part of CP0. Maybe Oda is just dropping that entire idea that the CP0 are against the government. I've dropped that entire idea at this point because he's turned face and turned heel over and over again. It's just like, okay, Lucci is a Marine or a world government employee, and that's it. And he is a dog, and he likes to fight. And he's fighting Zoro right now, and I think it's going to be a hell of a battle, especially in the anime, when they animate it all good like, you know? So besides that, though, Kizaru got thrown, right? He got chucked like a baseball into the ocean. But before he hits the ocean, he's like, I'm about to fall in the ocean. And he just curves his way up because he's made of light and he can fly, essentially. And he turns himself into a bunch of little lights and just... This is my favorite action part, where he zooms in into pieces. He creates shadow clones, or light clones, using his Devil Fruit ability. So there's like maybe 20 different Kizarus surrounding Luffy, and he's like, oh, shit, he's coming fast. It must be a pain in the ass. He's like, you're so bright, I can't see. It's like when you're driving and the sun is just glaring directly at you and you don't have your sunglasses, and you're like, shit, I'm gonna get in an accident. And this is when Luffy says, I got a plan. Luffy takes off, makes it look like he's running away, but then the Kizarus all line up in a perfect line, and he goes, Gum Gum Stamp, baby! And he launches a huge kick down, destroying all the clones, hoping to hit the real Kizaru, but realizing that he's been tricked. And he looks down and he sees Usopp being clutched by the throat by Kizaru, and he's like, where did Vegapunk go? So he was using those light clones as a distraction. Very strategic. He's trying to get his goals done. Take down Vegapunk. More importantly, just get him done for... He's already taken down Sentomaru. Oh, fucking Sentomaru. I should not skip that. So yeah, he's got Usopp. We see Bonnie. She's alive. She's hurt, but she's alive. She's turned a bunch of marine fodder into children and old men. She's going to be involved in this fight, I think, against the vice admirals. But she's hiding, but she was saved. She hit the barrier, got fried a little bit, fell almost to her death. She got caught by Sentomaru, who's just been a tank. Sentomaru fought Lucci, got stabbed through the gut, kept on going. Got a little medical attention, got some food, kept on going. Then he took on an admiral Kizaru, one of the strongest Marines in history. And maybe it's because they're friends, but Kizaru didn't deliver the finishing blow. He let him live. So we're seeing that Kizaru's got a little bit of heart. I almost wish Kizaru killed Sentomaru just to show how ruthless he can be. And he still might die of injuries because he's all burnt up, baby. But he saves Bonnie, lets her go, and says, Bonnie, get out of here. Go. The Marines are coming. So she's like transforming Marines on her way and then hiding again like she do. She's good at it. She's stealthy. So that's happening. Sentomaru falls over. The Marines find him and are probably going to take him in custody. Maybe it's time to, he might get executed for insubordination. But yeah, Kizaru's holding Usopp. He's like, where's Vegapunk, you son of a bitch? I need to find him. He looks down. He sees Vegapunk's going down to the floor to help Bonnie and command whatever. And he's like, okay, fuck this. And starts charging his light laser and fires it down at Vegapunk. Luffy sees this, pops eyes. He's like, you can't go down there, Vegapunk. You're going to get hurt. Luffy is Gear 5, and I would say he's probably stronger than Kizaru, but Kizaru was attacking his friends. I would say Kizaru's close to his ability. He's able to keep up with Gear 5 at the very least. Remember, Kizaru's fresh. He's a fresh guy. He just had some noodles. He's feeling good. He just beat his best friend down, one of his friends. But he's strong. Luffy's been through fights with Rob Lucci, the Seraphim, and he's still going. I don't know how many more times he can transform into Gear 5 within a 24-hour period. But before the laser beam decides to impacts Vegapunk, Frankie, Sanji, and the whole squad, Luffy, Gear 5, jumps in the way, and I think he breathes the light in. It looks like he absorbs the light, like, and I'm curious. I'm wondering if it's because he's the sun god. Can he basically counter light energy at this point? Is that possible? I mean, Luffy was having trouble dealing with Kizaru for a minute there, so maybe not completely. It's all going to depend. Is he going to suck it in like a cartoon character and blow it back at him? Or is he just going to absorb the light as a sun god and be like, yeah, I'm back to full power, charge up like a battery? Oh, shit. If he's like Superman in the way that the sun heals him, he's going to be OP as shit. I'm hoping that's not the case. I think that's too much. I think we've already shown the Toon Force ability of Gear 5 is OP, and I think he doesn't need another boost. He doesn't need the ability to absorb light. I just don't think that's necessary. I just don't. Darkness is going to be a problem for him when he eventually gets to Blackbeard. Just saying. Just saying. Ew. After that, let me just check. I do have it opened up right here. He absorbs the light. Oh man, I'm telling you, that shot of Kizaru with the clones, loved it. And you get to see the Vegatank 8. It's like a crazy device that's the Vegapunks drive, and they're heading down there. Oh yeah, so he blocks the attack. The Marines are, they're like, oh shit, the fight's happening, blah blah blah. We see Atlas being a badass. She gets the command thingy and she's like, hey, pacifistas, stand down. No more attacking us. Purge the Marines from Egghead Island. Oh yeah. And then we see Saturn, who probably heard that, and he's just like, do I gotta do everything myself? We still don't know how strong Saturn is. But I don't think Luffy can handle another fight. Unless that light theory of him absorbing light to charge his batteries back up and he's at full power again, I don't think he can handle another duel right now. I mean, you got to think, he fought Kaido in the dark, in the night times, in the moonlight. So it might not have been enough to give him that boost. But now that he's fighting in daytime and he's fighting a light man, he might just have the full-on advantage. Just like when Luffy fought Inaru, he had the lightning deflecting rubber body that he thought he was, gum, whatnot. This might be the same thing with his awakened Gear 5 Sun God Nika. He just can't be hurt by energy or light in general. And that would be something. That would mean that, What other things can't hurt the Sun God? Who can actually be a challenge to him other than a strong hockey user? Kizaru hasn't shown his full hand. I don't believe so. Kizaru hasn't awakened his Logia for us to see yet. So the next chapter could be called Chapter 1094, Awakened Logia. Have we seen an awakened Logia yet? I can't recall. Unless if we have seen it, it hasn't been pointed out to me. So imagine Kizaru, maybe we have, with the lightning fruit, when Eneru transforms into that giant lightning guy. That could have just been something he was doing, but maybe Kizaru's going to transform into a giant light man, and Luffy's just going to suck him on up and eat him. No, I really do hope, beyond hope, that Kizaru gets some more action in. I almost wish, I guess there's just not time, and there's too many enemies, but I'm like, why didn't Sanji and fucking Frankie help Luffy in this fight? Like, jump in, distract Kizaru a little bit. It's just beyond their power at this point. I could see Sanji with his, Germa powers developing, get in the battle and at least help out. He can use Skywalk and keep up. At the very least, use Haki to damage Kizaru, keep him on his toes. Right now, Kizaru's using Luffy's friends to distract Luffy, and it's not helping, because Luffy's easily distracted, as we all know. But I'm loving this. I am loving this. Kizaru's best fight yet. This is the first time Kizaru has gone full on since the Marineford arc. Like, he hasn't, even then, even in Marineford, we only got a taste. We got a nibble of what the Marines and the Admirals can do, and I'm excited! A couple theories. How are they going to get away from Kizaru? 1, Luffy finds a way to beat him, absorbs light, etc., beats his ass. 2, someone shows up to save the effing day. Kuma on his way. Iron Giant just woke up. Those two could be involved in distracting and stopping the fight before it goes too far, so we could save Kizaru's eventual defeat for something else. But I feel like if there's going to be something happen on Egghead Island that's going to shock the world, then beating an admiral could do it. I mean, he's essentially the same level as an emperor in a way, and they're very highly regarded to the world government and to the world. I mean, Kizaru's been around town, if you know what I mean. He has proven himself time and time again. What is Saturn going to do? Why is he staring? Why is he staring at us in the last panel of this chapter? Is Saturn going to fight? Or is he just going to sit by and watch? He could be pissed. He could be pissed that Kizaru didn't kill Sentomaru. He hasn't killed Vegapunk yet. The fucking pacifistas are now against us again. And I would be mad. I'd be like, come on, man. You're supposed to be an admiral, and you're failing right now. I know you're fighting an emperor. We'll see. I really hope we get a Rob Lucci versus Zoro fight that goes on for a minute, a whole chapter, and I really hope that Frankie and Sanji get to do a tag team move and fight the Vice Admirals and show just how strong this Emperor crew really is. And, I hope that Nico, Robin, Chopper, all of them get a moment here. They all deserve one little moment. I don't know if we're going to get a flashback at this point to what happened when they fought the Seraphim. Oda might have just said, fuck that shit. We all know they're going to beat these little children. And I'm fine with it. I don't need to see it. I don't know what's going on with, what's her frickin' name? The evil Vegapunk. God, what is her name? I don't know. I hate her. She's going to join the world government or Blackbeard Pirates. Oh my god! The Blackbeard Pirates are on the island. We know that. We know the Blackbeard Pirates sailed to Egghead Island. We know that there's probably at least 2 of them there. Karina Devon and the guy with the wings. The mime-looking dude. Can't remember his name. We barely ever see him. Lafitte and Karina Devon are more than likely on the island, and she can transform, so there's a good chance they're going to steal a Vegapunk. That's my guess. I think they're going to steal a Vegapunk for their own evil doing. They need someone smart that can build them cool shit, and I think they're going to steal a Vegapunk, maybe use... Hey, they might know that they're very desperate to keep a Vegapunk alive. God, I can't remember her name, the evil one. They might know that. take her and use her to bargain. Yeah, you know what I mean. Bargain to make Hachinosu, the pirate island, into part of the world government. Yes. And then Blackbeard can weasel his way in to get closer and closer and closer until he's the king of the world. I don't even know if he wants to be king of the pirates. He might seriously just want to be king of the world. Ooh, it's getting excited, people. This chapter has got me so excited and so antsy for the next one. But sadly, we got another break week. But that's all right. Maybe I'll finally get my live-action review, One Piece live-action review out during that break week. I've tried 3 times to record it. I'm trying to come up with a good way to discuss my thoughts on that. If there's any other ideas you guys have down below, please comment, let me know. I love taking requests. It makes my brain hole not have to work so damn hard. Don't forget to comment down below. Tell me your favorite part and your least favorite part of this chapter. My favorite part was seeing Kizaru use the light clones and grab Usopp by the throat and just look menacing as all shit. My least favorite part from this chapter, even though it's my favorite chapter from this arc so far, is Sentomaru still being able to fight, because he should be at least knocked the fuck out. This is more Fanime. I'll talk to you later.